All right, so we talked about what are the best fall whiskeys, and we're gonna talk about parties now because we're in the season of partying. We got tailgating with football, we've got holidays and whatnot.
Oh yeah, you got all kinds of holidays coming up, bonfires, all kinds of stuff happening.
Why? Because it's getting colder outside.
Yes.
People are getting out of the house. They're not watching stupid HBO anymore. They want to go out and have a drink and get sauced with their best buds.
Exactly, because you don't walk out and become instantly drenched in sweat. What do you bring? And there was a pretty advanced algorithm that we went through to compile this immense list.
Advanced criteria, or the advanced algorithm, was gotta be cheap, gotta be available, they gotta be good enough to be a mixer and or drinking straight, and you won't be mad at it.
It has to be good. It has to be able to stand up on its own.
Yeah.
But also so readily available and not so expensive.
All right, I guess I'll start off the list with Four Roses single barrel. I'm gonna dent this table to death. Keep slamming them down like that, I'm gonna break this table one day. This is a 100 proof whiskey.
So you mean whiskey?
And we found out the hard way that people that don't necessarily drink a lot, which are a lot of your party goers, they enjoy a bourbon or a whiskey that is a lower proof. Not something that's gonna blow them out because their palate has not completely physically acclimated to the alcohol burn. So this is 100 proof. It doesn't really drink like 100 proof.
Realistically, for most folks out there, not the bourbon aficionados, but for most folks, 100 proof is about as high as you want to go. A lot of folks at 100 proof are gonna go, ooh, that's warm. For us, we're like, ooh, that's just getting started.
Cold. They want something that's not gonna be strong. This right here, and most of these on the list are around this same proof point, right? And it's 100 proof, so if they mix it with Coke, it still has somewhat of a burn.
So, yeah. This makes almost every list for me. Old Forester 100, 1.75 for under $40. It's phenomenal neat, phenomenal over ice, great as a freaking mixer.
Good.
Oh my God, it makes some of the best old fashions and Manhattans out there. This is one of probably the best all around bourbons you can possibly get. All right.
This will make you say ye fucking haw. Wild Turkey 101. This goes along the same general lines as the two that we just showed you. Great as a mixer, great as just you pouring it into a rocks glass and just sipping it. You know, we're going into fall, so you don't necessarily need a piece of ice, but if you want to go ice, go for it. It's good either way. And it's relatively cheap, and it's freaking available everywhere.
It's got these great baking spice tones in it. They're just perfect for fall. This time of year, this is really a phenomenal choice. Oh God, yeah, I mean, that's just standard. So next on the list for me is Knob Creek 9-year. This is a 1 liter bottle. You can pick this up under $40. Knob Creek 9-year, it's just solid. It is classic bourbon flavors, brown sugar, caramel, cherry, oak. 9 years, 100 proof. It's not gonna bite people too hard. You're not gonna get pissed off if somebody mixes it. It is really good and neat. It is really good as a mixer. It's good over ice. It's a solid pour, and you can find it everywhere. It's cheap as far as cheap goes. You know what I mean?
It's inexpensive.
It's inexpensive. Let's say inexpensive.
Not cheap. It's not actually really good whiskey.
It doesn't matter whether you're new to bourbon or a bourbon aficionado. The vast majority of people are going to truly enjoy this bottle.
Well, if you've watched this for more than a second, you'll know that we like Old Forester 1910. All right, this is probably one of the more expensive bottles up here. This is like 55 bucks. You can find it anywhere. It's hella good, or else it wouldn't be all the way down here. All right, this bottle is only 3 days old, and so we're alcoholics. We're not really alcoholics. Please help.
I would not suggest mixing, but you know what? If you're going to a party where you know there are going to be some folks that appreciate bourbon, this is a perfect bottle for that party.
Somebody wants to mix Coke with it, who cares?
Who cares?
I mean, it's not like this is a unicorn or anything. This is you're going to get it pretty much anywhere.
Exactly.
But it is a little expensive for the mixing. It's not to say you can't. I just probably wouldn't.
Although we did with old fashions.
Well, we tried it. We're not like, hey, let's just do this and keep doing it. Pick this up. It's pretty good.
My next bottle, Woodford Reserve Double Oak. I just don't think you can go wrong with this bottle.
You can't. And this is a store pick.
The store picks are phenomenal. You can pick the regular bottle for about 55-ish. Same price as the 1910. Another Double Oak product. This is coming in at 90.4 proof. So it's not so hot that it is going to burn out a lot of folks. This is a really great approachable bourbon for new bourbon drinkers. It's sweet, it's delicious, it's rich, lots of big bold flavors without the ethanol burn. Again, I personally wouldn't mix it, but you know what? If you do, you're not gonna be necessarily pissed off because you can go pick up a bottle the next day. You can find it everywhere at a reasonable price. Nobody's allocating it, nobody's marking it up. Next,
right, well, any good those bourbon guys list wouldn't be complete without a maker's mark, I guess. So we're gonna go with 46. Look how much is left, and do we not have one that's full?
No, we don't.
God dang, we drink this a lot. All right, well, again, is it's a telltale sign that this is freaking delicious, just like the Old Forester 1910. If it's almost gone, it's good. This right here is just, it's the Maker Mark staple. It's cheap, it's available literally everywhere.
And get the 46 over the plain Maker's
Get
Mark.
the 46, spend a few more dollars. Get this one because this one's a lot better than just the regular 40 or the regular Maker's Mark.
It's a great weeder. And for new folks, weeders are phenomenal because it knocks out some of that harshness and a little bit sweeter. Yeah, a little bit sweeter.
And see, if a new person comes in, they see this red wax, this is synonymous for Maker's Mark. I think everybody knows what Maker's Mark is. Even if you don't drink bourbon, you know this red wax. So it kind of eases them up a little bit. Like, oh, I've heard of that. I mean, everybody's tried that. Let me give it a try. Then they might actually freaking like it, and they might get into bourbon.
No list would really be complete if you didn't throw a Weller in there.
Massive caveat though.
Yes, massive caveat. In our area, Weller is extremely hard to come by and
Which knocks out that
overpriced.
availability criteria in that pricing criteria. But everybody tells us in their state they can get it every single day, and it's like $35. So we didn't want to knock this one completely out.
Certain areas of the country, this is absolutely easily available, easily accessible, very cheap. You can pick this up 35 bucks or less. It really is delicious, and coming at 90 proof, a weeder. Now, again, I highly would discourage mixing this, especially those parties you're going to that have bourbon drinkers there. Everyone is going to appreciate this. It's going to be a great bottle. And for a lot of folks out there, this is going to be easily accessible to replace. This has won so many blinds for us.
This won a huge blind.
Yeah, a impromptu blind against Van Winkle 12-year special reserve. Happy Van Winkle 12-year special reserve.
An $800 bottle.
In the blind, we chose this.
Pretty amazing.
This is a good one.
All right, so this is going to be the cheapest, most inexpensive whiskey on this list. Might be one of the better ones. I don't know, these are all kind of on even planes to me. We're talking about Benchmark number 8. Good God, this bottle is $10
or less.
It's a 750 mil.
This isn't inexpensive. This is cheap.
Yeah.
This is cheap bourbon.
But it's not cheap in the way of taste.
No.
Taste is heavy. It's good.
It's very good.
It blows me away every time I have a sip of this. So I'm like, it's 80 proof. It's a $10 bottle. This is gonna taste like dumpster juice. You know what I'm saying? This has butterscotch, rich butterscotch notes. It's nice and sweet. And for like anybody who's never tried bourbon, they're gonna love this. It's like drinking ice cream.
So if you're going to a party that you know there's not gonna be bourbon drinkers there, people are gonna be mixing the shit out of this, take Benchmark. Because you're gonna sit there and enjoy it neat while everybody else is mixing it with Jack and Coke or whatever they're mixing it with. You're not gonna be upset because
you spent $10 on it or less.
$10 or less on this bottle. You're like, go for it. I'm drinking it neat and still enjoying it. All right, so last but certainly not least on this list, Tin Cup 10 Year. This may be one of the absolute best bourbons I have tried under 90 proof. Coming in at 84 proof, it has just phenomenal complexity for that proof point. It's very, very good. It's easily accessible. You can pick it up under 40 bucks most places.
Comes with its own shot glass.
Yeah, it comes with its own shot glass. You're gonna take it on a camping trip. This is the bonfire bottle.
Yeah.
Because that's why they made it like this, so it doesn't roll down the hill. That's the perfect bottle to take to an outdoor tailgating or bonfire event. It's very good. Anyone who's going to drink it neat is going to love it. If it gets mixed, you're not going to be pissed off.
No.
Solid pour. Hey, by the way, if you like what we're doing, hit that like button and the notification bell so you know when we're dropping new content every week.
And if you like what we're doing and you want to see more, check us out on Patreon. Link will be in the description below. It's only $1,000 a day to join. Fund our Ferraris.
Yeah, sounds like
you
a
want
good
a
deal.
Porsche though.
I want a Porsche.
You want a Porsche Taycan?
Yeah.
I want your Porsche Taycans.
No,
we're gonna figure this out.
I don't want the Taycan, so bump it up to 1,200 so we can afford the gas.
No, you know what? Bump it up to 1,900 so I can get me a Porsche 918 Spider.
There we go.
Yeah, they're like $1.3 million. Help us out.
Yeah.
We're trying to get rich.
Yeah.